Well, anyways, I didn't tell you guys my video series. It's called Smile with Tim Hawk. Smile is an acronym, and to me, smiling every day is very important. That's why I did this. But first off, I'm not a stand-up comedian. I'm very different. I'm a laid-back storytelling comedian. Honestly, I'm a sit-down comedian, and that's what my special is all about. So, all right.
You're really technical. I like it.
Thank you. A lot of thought goes into this. Anyways, sit-down comedy, Smile with Tim Hawk. And every time, especially this is about to be 4th of July, this weekend, smile means so much to me, but this weekend specifically, it's sky magic impressively lights earth. So that's what a smile means to me. Have a lot of smiles this weekend. That's what I'm going to do. Hopefully people keep doing fireworks in the background once I started recording. That's a joke for later. Edit that out. All right. Anyways, there's some fireworks. So most of our 4th of July is in, this time I'm recording with my neighbors right across the street. You've probably seen a lot of the dumb mistakes we've had. I'm going to talk about some of those. But the more safe a 4th of July is, the less fun it is. That's what my family has taught me. You know, it's not about safety, it's about memories. And one of my first non-safe memories was putting a big mortar, the ones that like explode, in half of a watermelon. And that was pretty bad. That was very Gallagher. I didn't do it again. They obviously knew I blew up a watermelon when I came back covered in it. I told them I was going to cut it up, but I didn't do that. So very small starts with fireworks, like Axe body spray was a good one. I don't even know, probably my dad. You hold a lighter and you spray Axe body spray, and it's a flamethrower. So it's dangerous but fun, and irresponsible or not, I'm glad I learned that, because one time in my bathroom there was a decently big spider, and I'm not being dramatic. It was a huge spider, fast crawly, I don't care. I had Axe in there because it was middle school and I was a teenage boy, and I sprayed it and it went on the back porcelain top of the toilet and it like crinkled like this. I'm like, I got it. A few seconds went by and it like, back to life. I sprayed it again. I did that 3 times. I'm like, it's immortal. I freaked out, got a lighter because there was a candle in there too. And yeah. And it's a good thing the fire alarm was beeping and I took it out a few days before, because that was bad, but I didn't enjoy it. I didn't enjoy killing the spider, but I liked that it wasn't alive to crawl around. You're very sensitive in the bathroom. I don't like it, but so that one's not 4th of July related, but it is fire related. Axe body spray. Don't let your kids do it. Wait till you're 18. It can blow up. And I'm not going to say which neighbor. You guys probably know this one. You guys probably know which neighbor. So when you have metal sparklers, right? When they're when they're very hot, do you let them cool off or do you put them right in the garbage bin? You don't do that, but you know who did put it in the garbage bin. And my stepdad was the first to realize the garbage bin was melting. I mean, a lot of metal sparklers. And it's crazy. And he poured water on it, and since it was a plastic bin, water makes it burn worse. And then the fire guy came, and I don't know if you were there for that part, but he's like, I got this. And Rob was like, don't do fire. It makes it bigger. And he got a hose, a big bucket of fire. And he's like, that's a bad idea. And my stepdad was just there. But, I mean, they were young and dumb enough. And, you know, now they're probably a little older and smarter, maybe. Anyways, I mean, I've had accidents. There's something called a sparkler bomb. I mean, you think sparklers are pretty safe, right? Most of the time. And I thought they were, until one time I held probably like 20 or 30 together and just lit them. I'm like, this will be... I'm telling you, it is dangerous. It is dangerous. Wait till you're older, 18. I don't care, blow your fingers off. But so I Googled, I'm like, why did this happen? And then I found out on accident what a sparkler bomb is. And when you get a whole bunch and I'm not going to tell you how to do it. That seems hypothetically, there's some way to do a sparkler bomb, and very big and loud, but don't put them in recyclable garbage cans. It's not very smart. I mean, I'm lucky. I've lived in a nice subdivision like with you guys pretty much my whole life, but I would also visit my dad who lived in southern Indiana, and that's where my redneck fire big explosions come from. And that's the way to do it. Like one example was he did bottle rocket wars, you know, shooting each other with bottle rockets like this. Bottle rocket guns like this, all camo. This is not a replica. This is the same one he made almost 2 decades ago. This is the original Rob Hawkins irresponsible. So I was like 8, 10. I was either shooting the yeah, this is what I grew up with. This is what I grew up with. So I was like 8, 10. Obviously, I didn't drink, but my dad had seriously dozens of every party. He called it Hawk's Bash. Right. Hawkins is our last name. That's why I want to go by Tim Hawk. And he's had Hawk's Bash 04, 05, over 100 people every time. A lot of us having this one, but this one was one of his best. So when people would get nice and drunk, he would let me get some bottle rockets and I would shoot all the drunk people, and they would only get mad if I spilt their beer. But it was so funny either way. And absolutely irresponsibly fun behavior. And other than that, also bottle rockets, you don't figure they could be that dangerous. He found a way to make them dangerous. So using the younger kids as labor, we got like a big box. I was doing it down here. Big box. Using like a screwdriver, a thin screwdriver, stabbing a whole bunch of holes and then putting bottle rockets later in the holes. So like hundreds of holes, and then you cut out one half of the box, put newspaper in there, throw it on his big bonfire anyways. And then for like the next half hour, randomly a bottle rocket would go off. And it was pretty fun. It's cool. It's a redneck Saturn missile is what the bottle rocket's like. So he had child labor, and he made me and the other kids stab the holes in the boxes. And there was this one time, because you remember when it doesn't go right. You remember when it's more funny. So this one time, and seriously, hundreds of people at these parties, all kind of scattered around here. Fire was out here. That box tipped over one time. The front half burned faster. So now this box of hundreds of bottle rockets is now facing all the drinking and drunk people. And I will never forget, like I got behind a tree and I just watched everyone. And this one guy, it was the most impressive, like redneck bearded drinkers. He fell down, but he was gyroscopically stable and didn't spill his drink. So he's almost dodged it, fell down, took a drink, and that was the most redneck thing I think I've ever seen. It was very impressive. And that influenced a lot of me. And besides that, you know, my stepdad, Rob, you know, when Ashley and Kevin used to live next door, we did a lot of stuff. There are these delightfully fun prank things called string booby traps. Not many people get them. That's why they're the sneakiest. It's just like a string here, and in the middle, it's like a little tiny firecracker. Pa! So not like the confetti things, but like, so essentially, there's a lot of, like, I could tie it to that chair leg, and when you pull the chair, pow! And, but the easiest way is like door frames. You unscrew part of the door here, and then to the door handle, screw it together, shut it, and you can even tuck it in the door. We put probably 30. Me and Rob spent hours when we knew they weren't there. And this is what I grew up with. What else am I gonna be other than a funny prank comedian? But 30, and being next door neighbors during the summer, it was always around 4th of July, for weeks, we heard pop. Ah, I hate you guys every time, because we put some in like the reclining parts of the chair. So it'd be a while they'd be at their peak comfortability. Pow. And another good one that you probably don't know exists. There are these tiny toothpick width things that are explosive. You put them in the tip of a cigarette, it seriously looks like a little white splinter. You poke in there. He smoked a lot, was toxic. And so I decided to do it to him, thinking it would be funny. You light a cigarette like this, you know? Well, shirtless, he lit the cigarette like this. And he showed, it singed his chest hair, and it was only me or Rob. It was only me or Rob making sure it's recording. God, that would suck. That would suck. Not funny, guys. You don't get to laugh. All right. Yeah, I think this has been a pretty good neighborhood. The pranks back and forth, the booby string traps, and all the 4th of Julys we did here together. We would shoot out the street light with Roman candles. All of us, like, all right, guys, together. We're doing our finale. Let's get it. And we would blind out. You know, it's an LED street light now. Took me a few years to realize it won't trick the sensor. So that's a separate funny story. But and through the past few years, the other neighbors would like actually compete and be as loud as us. So that was nice. Like boom, 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 boom. Like I don't know. But me and my stepdad, we definitely buy some of the better fireworks. We know a guy. We know a guy. Legally, we know a guy. Legally, gosh. You can never be too careful with what you got to say. But, and one of the times, hypothetically, I made a sparkler bomb when I was going to college and living on a dorm. Stupidly, we did it like right side our window, but we put it in a snowman. We took the head off a snowman and it's like this many sparklers. So it's a lot of fire when it goes off, or it's loud. So we put it in the snowman, and like it took 15 seconds to. Everyone was like, "This isn't anything," because they didn't hear about a sparkler bomb. And I'm like, "This is pretty cool, guys. Like I know some cool stuff." And just like, and I was gonna put snow on top of it, but we were all like, "Run!" Those are when something's louder than you expected. Those are the reactions you got to have. And I think my favorite fireworks story was a few years ago, not only because it shows a funny story that didn't happen badly, but I was also pretty heroic in that story. My grandma, my younger siblings were on like a blanket right over there in the grass. And you know those 12-shot, 16-shot cubes of fire that you light once and like do. They're pretty powerful and colorful. Well, oh man. So right in the center of the street, it shoots up and then it tips on its side. It's about time slowed down. Well, I'm like, oh no. Boom! And then it's Russian roulette. It didn't even fly anywhere. Boom! And everyone was hiding behind stuff, and I hid behind the telephone pole. And then I saw it like spin right to where my family in the blanket was, and without hesitating, ask my mom, I'm not lying. I dove over like this. I spread my whole body. It bounced off my ear, went over everybody else, and I have the pictures and the singe marks to do it. So I'm like, I saved them. It might not have hit them. I don't like focusing on that part. I did it. When the moment came, I dove for my family. And I would do it again. And so where fun meets safety, because I didn't like get my eyeball. I don't know if I'd tell the story like, this is why I wear glasses. No. But another thing, I like to end my specials with just the fireworks or whatever related deep thoughts that I have. And especially driving, these thoughts are musically related. Like, I really wonder if anyone called Blondie. She made a song saying, call me anytime, call me. That's a very old song. She made it, did anybody call her? And this is what keeps me awake at night. It's a cry for help. Nobody called her. And anyways, this weekend, 4th of July, enjoy the fireworks, enjoy the food, enjoy the freedom, but most importantly, enjoy each other. That's why I was glad to have you as a family all here together. And whatever smile means to you, I love you. I love you all. Enjoy the sky magic this weekend. Yay! Thank you.